Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and this is quite interesting to me. When I was filming my end of month Feijoa video, I happened to notice a bright orange persimmon underneath here. Now this is on a tree that is labelled as Russian Beauty. Now I can't remember if that's got other synonyms. That may be the same as Rossianka. I'll have to have a look and see, but it was bought as Russian Beauty, or at least that's what it was sold as by this came from Agroforestry Research Trust while they were still doing persimmons. But this one here is actually, not only is it bright orange, it's quite squashy and it's actually fallen off in my hands. Now that suggests to me that at the end of September this could be ripe. Now I have heard that some of the American species of persimmons and therefore the hybrids ripen much earlier, which is one of the reasons I got them than the Japanese ones that tend not to be ready here till something like November or December, and when the weather's cold it means they don't have any sweetness in them. Now this isn't the only one, I'm probably going to try this later, this isn't the only one that's showing signs of ripeness. It could just be that it's dried out on the top of the stem and therefore it's ripening prematurely. But if I just stand up here, I can just about manage to get through here. Here we've got my Morris Burton, which is a pure American persimmon, and in actual fact it's starting to get quite a few fruits begin to go orange, so I think that a lot of these are going to be ripe at quite early in October. Now I've actually had to stake this tree because it was hanging over badly, and what I've done basically is put some bamboo canes in the pot, and I'll have to address this problem in winter and probably prune it back so it's not so overbalanced. But it's actually quite loaded in persimmons. This is not one of the ones, it's dropped a few, but it hasn't dropped a lot of them, and you can see they vary quite a lot. The American ones tend to be a small persimmon, they're only about 1.5 inches to 2 inches across, and that is the normal size for most American native persimmons. They're not a large fruit like the Japanese ones could be. Certainly this is going to need a taller stem to hold it up, but as I said, it looks likely that this is going to be starting to turn colour in the next week or two. Whether or not I should bag any of them to stop them being nabbed by birds when I'm not looking or falling on the floor, I don't know. I don't know if I'll bother just yet, but this one here, having fallen off, will probably merit a tasting video just to see if it's extremely astringent. It's not squashy soft, but I get the impression it might be soft enough to be edible, and if not, it just means it's going to be an interesting tasting experience. But some of these other ones really need to be held up as well. This one here, which is Mount Govala, this has got bigger persimmons on it, and these also seem to be starting to turn a bit of an orange colour at the end of October. They're certainly not ripe yet, but I think within a couple of weeks these might be edible. I don't think they're not going to get any bigger, so I don't think I need to support the tree. It's managed to come through the storms okay, but nonetheless it's interesting to see them start to change, and I think the ones that change colour early, as I said, might have more chance of being sweeter than the ones that don't ripen until November, December, when the weather's cold and the plant's sort of going dormant and not putting sugars into them. So you will shortly be seeing a video on the Russian Beauty fruit, and we will try and see if it's still astringent or not. In the normal scheme of things I'd leave it to make sure, but I think, to be honest, I'll just eat this one and see if it is edible. So thanks for watching this video. That's on some of my American persimmons starting to ripen, and to follow up I'll obviously be doing a tasting on this soon anyway. Thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, remember to click on the bell if you want to know when new videos come out, and of course if you think anyone's interested you can share the video. I'll catch up with you all soon. Brett out for now. So welcome back. So I thought I might as well carry on straight on with the tasting video rather than doing a separate one, because I end up with too many short videos. And I have had time to check that Russian Beauty is indeed a synonym for Rossianka. So this is a Rossianka persimmon. I gave it a wash and the skin's starting to come off. Now, I've seen videos with Rossianka in America and the fruit's quite a bit larger, so I do think that this would produce bigger fruits in time as the tree gets bigger, but for the moment, and because of the funny year we've had, it's quite a small fruit. It really looks like a perfect little tomato, really, a little orange cherry tomato. The fruit, as I said, is about I suppose 1.5 inches diameter, so about probably between 3 and 4 centimetres. I'm not going to bother weighing because it weighs very little. I'm going to hazard a guess that it will be astringent, but I'll give you a bit of fun and taste it anyway. And what we'll do is we'll cut it open and see what it looks like inside, and I'll flip the camera around so you can see me taste it. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to cut it open, see if it's got any seeds in it firstly, show you what the inside is. The flesh is soft, don't think it's going to have any seeds in it. Let's let you see what it looks like. Now, of course, there are ways to remove astringency on persimmons. I'm hoping it won't be too astringent, so unbearably astringent, because obviously it is a little bit squashy, but it hasn't been in the sunshine. It was underneath the tree and it might have ripened early for some other reason. I can't see any seeds in it, so let's see how astringent it is. No real astringency. It's fine. Slightest hint of astringency. It's not that sweet. Might be a seed in this other part here. Yeah, it's got what I think is probably an unformed seed, I would say. I don't think it's actually a viable seed. Let's see if I can just clean it up in my mouth. Very thin, the seed. I don't think the seed's viable. No. As far as I'm concerned, the seed's too thin to have any kernel inside. Definitely not a viable seed. I have got some persimmons with male flowers on, so there is a possibility of getting pollinated, but I said it's got a little bit of astringency. Not particularly sweet, possibly because it's ripened prematurely. That has got the advantage that ripening at the end of September, beginning of October, means that there's more warmth in the air, so it does improve it. But it's my first Russian Beauty. I said got a little bit of astringency, but not enough to give me a dry mouth, just a tiny bit. And I would say that if that had been left, if that had stayed on the tree another week, that probably would have had more sugar content, would have tasted nicer. So that's the first ever taste of a Russian Beauty or Rossianka. Thought it might interest people, and that's why I thought I'd tack it onto the other video. Thanks for watching me fortunately not suffer this time. Please give me a thumbs up. You're welcome to share the video. I think some would be interested, and that's a UK growing fruit. Do subscribe to my channel and click on the bell if you like updates on new videos when they come out. I'll catch up with you all soon. Brett out for now.